This is IFV, the web space with your dose of business and financial news. In full view, we're making your business our business.
Welcome to In Full View. I'm Marcella Palmer. We're bringing you the week's medium and small business news from the Asia Society headquarters in New York City, the leading global and pan-Asian organization working to strengthen relationships between the United States and Asia. Our top story: Toyota Motor Corporation CEO Akio Toyoda has apologized before the House Oversight and Government Reform Committee, one of several U.S. congressional committees which is investigating deadly flaws that triggered the recall of 8.5 million cars worldwide. Toyota, a grandson of the company's founder, takes full responsibility, saying to a fiery panel of lawmakers on the investigating committee that he is deeply sorry for any accidents. Some question the impact of these events on relations between the U.S. and Japan.
There's a major cultural difference between how businesses are situated in Japan and how they're situated here in the United States. In Japan, the business environment is in many ways more genteel. It's certainly more consensual. And so for CEO Toyota to come to the United States, to be hauled out in many ways in front of Congress and being dealt with, and to have been dealt with in a very accusatory way, is a big, big deal. And I think it's a shock for a Japanese company. At the same time, in American business culture, Congress represents the will of the people, and there is certainly an anger, and a very legitimate anger, among some American consumers that this danger was known to Toyota, and that Toyota, which has a phenomenal reputation, was slow in responding to these very legitimate safety concerns. And so, as in anything in relations between any two countries or corporations from within any two countries, there has to be a negotiation and a give and take. And I think the Japanese corporations, Toyota especially, but also others, have taught Americans a lot about quality engineering, about high levels of competence in manufacturing. But in taking accountability for the kinds of problems like Toyota has, American culture is very different, and the Japanese are learning very, very quickly and painfully about how to adapt.
And now, here's Shay Maltzby with the Index Performance Outlook for the week ending Friday, February 26th, 2010.
The Nasdaq closed the week down approximately 30 basis points. The Russell 2000 is down about 50 basis points. The Russell Microcap Index is down 40 basis points. The S&P Midcap 400 closes down roughly 20 basis points. And Canada's S&P TSX Midcap ends the week unchanged, still trading at $18.76. And now, here's Marcella Palmer with the Market Playing Field.
Thanks, Shay. Singapore is now home to Asia's first clear nano-emulsion diesel plant. Singapore Emulsion Fuels facility will produce emulsion fuels, super green diesel, and e-diesel, which uses 40% less fossil fuel, resulting in a reduction in greenhouse gases. Hong Kong's Shangri-La Hotels and Resorts is expanding, with a new luxury hotel opening in 2011 in the central business district of Chongqing. Currently, the company has more than 40 projects under development worldwide. Online electronic gaming is now a hands-on experience. Aspect Gaming's popular Dodichu feature-length progressive gaming product is now paired with online slot versions, featured at the Lan Kwai Fong Mocha Club in Macau. Greece senior government officials have been in talks with international organizations this week while taking in news the credit rating for its top banks was being downgraded. The European Union is investigating its failure to recover illegal tax exemptions granted companies. Meantime, in a nationwide union strike, citizens rallied against European Union-ruled temperance measures to cut down their country's double-digit deficit. Also searching for answers, the rest of the financial world. We spoke with New York-based G10 currency strategist Kevin Chau for more. Beyond its breathtaking landscape, Greece is a deeply troubled nation. The European Union, concerned for the economies of all its member countries, is demanding Greece reduce its budget deficit, which last year struck an estimated 12.7% of its gross domestic product. That's 4 times above European Monetary Union limits. Kevin Chau is a New York-based FX strategist at independent research company IDEAglobal.
Markets are pricing in that very expensive levels for them to finance that budget gap. As you could tell, that the Greek spreads The bond spreads have widened relative to Bund bonds. So it's getting very expensive for them to finance their budget gap, and they need assistance. This is a threat to the Eurozone because it calls into question the structure as well as the solidarity of the EMU.
EU, International Monetary Fund, and European Central Bank officials spent the week evaluating Greece's progress in slashing its budget deficit to keep it from becoming the first Eurozone country to default on debt payments. The EU is pressing Greece to accept additional aid of 4 billion euros, equal to nearly $5.5 billion.
According to the German regulators, BaFin, the German banks own a lot of Greek bonds, Greek debt. In the tune of 32 billion euros. German banks also own a lot of debt of the other PIG countries, Portugal, Ireland, Italy, and Spain. They own their debt, and that totals to about 522 billion euros. So let's say that if Greece does default, or if the EMU doesn't come rescue Greece, you're talking about the prices of these bonds are going to go a lot lower. And they go a lot lower. What does that mean? That means that the assets that these German banks have on their balance sheets, they're going to decrease in value. Banks here in the United States, banks in Asia do not want to do business with German banks, let alone do business with Greek banks or Italian banks or even French banks.
Chau says that banks in the United States and Asia holding Greek debt might also suffer. And if the euro continues to decline, Europeans will have less money to purchase goods from the U.S. and Asia.
If Greece falls and Europe falls, then you're going to see United States decline and Asia will decline as well. You get the whole domino effect, whole contagion effect. You will see a double-dip recession here in the United States, as well as in Asia.
Despite the workers' strike, polls suggest that more than 6 out of 10 Greeks support the government's austerity plans, and 75.8% think unions should show restraint until the end of the crisis. That's all for this week from the IFV News team. Thanks for joining us from the Asia Society headquarters in New York City. Be sure to check back every day right here at ifvnews.com for the latest on what's happening around the globe in the medium and small business world.